Welcome, Holly Yogi here. So glad you found my channel. This video is a part of a playlist I've created called Core Integration. So if you enjoy it, I invite you to hop over, keep exploring. Today we're going to do an exercise I call butterfly pulses. And I designed this specifically to work with what's called your deep front line. So what is your deep front line? Thomas Myers, one of the fascial pioneers, discovered this continuous chain of muscles and soft tissue that run really deep within the body and connect to some of our deepest core muscles. And what's interesting about this is that he's linked it all the way, this myofascial chain, from your big toe mound, then runs up. We'll try not to get too heady with the anatomy, but it can be helpful for this exercise to first kind of understand what we're working with. So it'll run from your big toe mound, connecting up to your adductors or your inner thighs. So your inner thighs are connected to your core. That's what we'll be working with today. And then this chain continues to run from the inner thighs up through the pelvic floor, has connections to the psoas, to the diaphragm, to this what's called your sternal sheath, even all the way up to the tongue. So the placement of your tongue can kind of show if the core is connected or if it's a little weak. So before we get started, be sure to like this video, subscribe, that really helps me out. And all you'll need for this exercise is a blanket or a pillow for your head. And we'll come onto your back and we'll first start with the knees bent and the feet planted, just taking a moment to kind of set the hips and create some length in the low back. So I find it really helpful to find this little hammock pose to start with, create that lengthened space, and then roll down the spine. Go ahead and bring the knees and the feet together. And then we're very briefly, we won't be here very long, briefly going to open the knees out into a Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. Now, typically, if I was going to hold this for a while, we would have some blocks or support underneath the legs, but we're going to keep this moving. But if this feels like a lot for you, then there's nothing wrong with adding a little bit of support here to start. So go ahead, open out into your butterfly pose and just start to feel, bring your hands to your belly. We'll start to just find this connection of the inner thighs to the deep core. So first find a deep breath in. Exhale, now pull the belly in and see if you can feel the inner thighs wanting to lift as we pull the belly in. Then inhale, relax. And maybe the legs get a little bit heavier. So we'll do that a few times. Exhale, pull the belly down. Maybe push the feet together to help ignite those adductors. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, breathe deep. Exhale, pull the belly in. Now just keep pulling the belly in. Use your core to help pull the knees together. And they're going to come in towards the belly. And we'll start to make this our flow here. So you're going to bring your arms alongside you now, palms facing down. This will be our exhale. And what's going to be important as we release back to the floor that we move really slow and controlled. So I'm going to show you the way I don't want you to do this, and then we'll go into kind of how I do want you to do this. So I could do this really kind of mindlessly. I could flop my body around. And here I'm actually not using my core at all. I'm maybe just using more of my low back and my legs. So to actually connect with our deeper, more intrinsic core muscles, we have to move slow and intentional. So it's kind of a practice in mindfulness and patience too. So let's give it a try. Arms alongside you. On your next deep breath in, you'll slowly start to take your toes towards the floor, almost like you were going to dip them into really cold water. Taking your time, arms will wave back, and you'll slowly let those knees open. That'll be the full inhale. Exhale, before you even start to move, pull the belly in. Use your core to pull your knees together and into the belly as you wave your arms down. Now we're going to lift the head and the shoulders, and this is layering on our functional core, our rectus abdominis. It's important we have a strong deep core and functional core. Inhale, wave the arms back. Exhale, pull the belly in. Feel how that connects you to the inner thighs. When you get those knees together, squeeze the knees together and then pull them into the belly, waving the arms down. Inhale, slow and steady. Release your toes back to the floor. Open the knees, deep breath. Exhale, belly in. Knees drawing together. Wave the arms down. See if you can really find a fluid, coordinated movement here, a whole body movement. Meaning we're not straining or overworking one area. We're really orchestrating this myofascial chain that runs from the big toe mound up through the inseam of the legs, all the way up to the roof of the mouth. Inhale. Exhale, draw the belly in. Wave the arms down, pull the knees in. This time hover a little bit longer, and you can pulse the arms up and down a few times. Good. Next, deep breath in. Release the head, the shoulders. Wave your arms back, dip your toes down. Open. Exhale, pull the belly in, cinch in around the waist. Pull the knees together, squeeze the knees together. Lift the head, the shoulders, wave your arms down. Again, find a few of those little pulses. Do that one more time. Inhale, wave the arms back. Let the chin tuck in, the knees open. See if they're opening with a little bit more ease now. Pull the knees together, pull the belly in. Waving the spine up, take a little pause and pulse the arms up and down. Good. Inhale, wave your arms back behind you overhead. And let the knees drop open. You can slide the arms out to T and just find a deep breath in here. Exhale, pull the belly in. Start to lift your knees. Go ahead and remove the pillow or blanket from your head. We'll follow this up with a little bridge pose just to balance out. Arms to T or cactus shape, whatever feels best. Ground right into the center of your heels. Press into the feet. You should feel how that will lengthen that lumbar curve. And then just slowly start to roll up the spine. Once you get here, you can kind of resettle those feet, get them nice and grounded. Find a sense of reaching out with the knees like you were trying to touch something. This can do some good work for unsticking our quadricep muscles. There's layers of the quads and they can get a little sticky. Press down into the feet, lifting up, feeling the back of the legs igniting, working together. Go ahead and float your arms up for the ceiling now and keep this gentle sense of reaching the arms up as you roll down your spine, one vertebra at a time. Wave your arms back behind you, stretch your legs out to the end of the mat. Deep breath in. Exhale, you can bring the arms down. And if you still feel like you have a little bit more strength and you want to explore this a little bit more, you can repeat another round or two or keep exploring some more videos on my core integration playlist. You can always find me at hollyyogi.me, so stay in touch. Namaste.